Just a moment. Chiura Flavel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Very much appreciate the opportunity just to sort of wrap up the contributions that are encompassed in my awesome SOP that I think that most of the House is going to support, and that is in this question about pricing. I appreciated the comments from the Minister. I was watching up in the office and listening to the debate and did acknowledge some of the points that she made. But as she said, we all come with a view to trying to make some contribution. I think she talked about this bill being a moderate bill, and we would hope that we take moderate on to a little bit better than moderate, and that's why all of us are contributing today. So just to wrap up, in terms of the number of the parts in my SOP, I wanted to talk about minimum price, and there's sort of two parts to this, and if I just refer to, I suppose, the explanatory note, which is pretty much wraps it all up, I'm talking about a new provision that would be added to set a minimum price per unit of alcohol and to outline the offences related to the sale of alcohol below the minimum price. Now, Mr. Speaker, I acknowledge that that minimum pricing is a sort of a one-shoe-fits-all. It certainly targets the younger ones, where, you know, I think one of the speakers talked about a box of Woodies. That's not anything that I know too much about, a box of Woodies, but I hear our young people talk about it a lot, and it's so easy to go in and just get those sorts of drinks, and there are others, of course, all sorts of mixtures that I don't sort of see too much about. And then, of course, at the other end of the scale, you've got the older people, and I think the Minister referred to those who have their regular bottle of sherry every week, and they might be hit really by exorbitant prices and costings that would be unfair to them. Mr. Speaker, one of the best days that I ever had in this chamber was one night when we were talking, and I forget the bill, but the best thing about this day was the Honourable Simon Power was the Minister of a particular bill. And he took the time out one night, one of the few times I've seen in this House, where he took the time out, he listened to the debate. It was obviously a controversial issue that I can't remember, the other members may be able to recall it. Was it Justice? Kennedy, oh, okay. It was one night where he actually came down and made a change, and I suppose the point I'm trying to make is that there is opportunity to make change to this bill, and while I understand the concept of one shoe not necessarily fitting all or both situations, dealing with the young ones and yet possibly disadvantaging the older group, I think there may be room for movement. If it was good enough for Simon Powell on that particular occasion, I'd kind of like to hope that it's good enough for the Minister to make adjustments, if appropriate, to deal with this issue. Mr. Speaker, some have mentioned, how do you actually apply some sort of formula to recognising and dealing with the whole notion of minimum pricing? And lo and behold, Mr. Speaker, I can help you out. Because in my SOP there is actually a formula that is based on, I suppose, a formula that talks about minimum price per unit versus the strength of the alcohol versus the volume of the alcohol in litres. How we got to that formula, I'm not exactly sure, but I think we were given advice by those far more knowledgeable than me about working out formulas. But if the Minister was looking for a formula, well, there's a starting point at least. So it is possible to work it out. Mr. Speaker, the question about minimum price is one, but the other one is talking about just raising the price of alcohol and whether that does contribute in any way, shape or form to minimising the harm. And the evidence that I've sort of come across, and I think other speakers have talked about, is that raising the price of alcohol is internationally evidenced as the best strategy for reducing alcohol alcohol-related harm. And it stands to reason because it's the same philosophy, the same drive that has moved the Honourable Minister Tariana Turia with respect to the cigarettes. And so there's got to be something in there. Clearly, as we evidenced by a number of speakers also, cheap products are favoured by younger drinkers and more likely to spend some of the pocket money they might get from their parents on those cheaper drinks. The evidence shows that widespread availability of cheap alcohol products encourages excessive and harmful drinking, And in the last decade, Mr. Chair, alcohol has become much more affordable, clearly, relative to income, with the cheapest alcohol available at around 74% per standard drink. 74 cents, per standard drink. Now, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair.
Alfred Naro.
I move that the question be now put.
The question is that the question be now put. Those of that opinion, a point of order, Leanne Dalziel.
There was leave sought before we came into this in order to allow a nominated member from each of the parties to take 6 calls in this debate. No. And I know
Order. Yeah, I'm quite aware of that. It was up to 6 calls. It wasn't any guarantee of 6 calls. So the question is that the question be now put. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
8 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
Tokotore whakaheana.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
Any other votes?
The ayes are 61, the noes are 59. The motion is agreed to. We move firstly to the Minister's amendments to SOP 132 set out on SOP 137. Question is that the amendment be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
Point of order. Could I just ask you to repeat the number again?
Well, this is the amendment to the amendment set out on SOP number 137. That's what we're voting on. The Minister's amendment to the Minister's amendment.
The amendment to the amendment.
Yep. Set out on SOP 137.
What number is it? 137.
Can the member vote, please? Well, I'll go around the rest of the parties in the House and return to the member. Will the clerk continue?
Green Party.
14 votes in favour.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
That was 14 in favour?
Yes.
Correct, thank you.
New Zealand First.
8 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
33 in favour. So that's you.
The ayes are 112, the noes are 8. The amendment is agreed to. We move now to the amended amendment. So the question is that the Minister's amendments as set out on SOP 132 as amended be agreed to, and Minister's further amendment on subpart 2 set out on SOP 137 be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
29 in favour, 4 opposed.
Green Party.
14 in favour.
New Zealand First.
8 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Any other votes?
The ayes are 107, the noes are 12. The amendments are agreed to. We move now to the first amendment in the name of Te Uroa Flavel, amending clause 35 and proposing a new clause 35B restricting the issue of off-licences, and this is set out on SOP number 81. Question is that the Te Uroa Flavel amendment on SOP number 81 be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The noes have it. This is one of the agreed personal votes. So, and the House is asking for a party vote. Are we clear about that? So the member is asking for a personal vote. A personal vote will be held. So ring the bells, a 7-minute bell. The ayes will go to the right, the noes will go to the left, abstentions will come to the table. Teller for the ayes will be. Do I have a teller? Leanne Dalzell. Tellers for the noes will go to the left. Louise Upston. Abstentions will be recorded by the clerk. Proxy votes must be marked as such. Oh, well, it's round here. Sloppy.